I show 9:30, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Like I mentioned before, we're going to be going over listings to leads and how the agents, with your help, can use that to advertise their open houses in a few different ways. So let me get over to listings to leads. Hopefully everybody can see my screen okay. If not, please let me know. Give me a quick note if you can't see it. Good morning, Tina and Cadillac. I'm glad you're ready for Cinco de Mayo as well. Okay, so listings to leads, I am already logged into my broker desktop. You can see up at the top it says broker desktop. Let's see if Angie at 402 Traverse City is not on yet, but this is actually her dashboard. And you can see if you do run multiple offices, it will always tell you in the upper right corner which office you're logged in as. So I logged in as the broker desktop. I've actually already found my listing. So if you're looking for a particular listing, you know when you log in and you go to your listings tab over here, you always get your long list of listings for everything in your office. If you want to focus on just one particular listing, the easiest way to do is you can type in the MLS number here and click search, and then that will show you that listing down here. You can do it by agent name as well if you choose. So there's a few different ways to go ahead and filter those. So 8040 South Lakeview Road, Traverse City, Michigan is listed by Mark Hagan in the Traverse City 402 office, and this is actually being held open this Saturday from noon to 3. So unfortunately, even though the MLS does feed online office with the open house information, it does not then get transferred to listings to leads. So that does need to be input manually. The easiest way to do it is to go ahead and click on the open house tab. And that will pull you up into the listing. Now I'm going to go over a few quick things, but first of all, let's put in that open house. So we want to add the date, which is going to be Saturday, May 7th, and it is from noon to 3. So once you've entered the open house, you do want to make sure you go all the way down to the bottom and click Save. I'm going to go back in to the listing. And every time the listing gets put into listings to leads, this listing headline is a stock code. It gives the city and then it says home for sale. So we all know that's not very unique to the listing. So what I will usually suggest is, since that does show up on the single property website and in all the e-flyers, is you want to have something a little bit more unique to capture the client's attention. So even if you've never seen the home, which most likely you probably haven't seen them all, you can come down to the description down here, which was fed across, and you can copy the information that seems best for a headline. So for South Lake Leland Waterfront, that pretty much says it all. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy that over, and then I'm going to paste it into the headline. There, so now we have a new unique listing headline. And again, I mentioned that will show up on the single property website, so that's why that is important to have. Give me one moment here. It looks like Deb Jude cannot hear me, so I'm going to type her a quick note and let her know that she might want to reconnect. Can somebody just give me a quick note if you can hear me? I want to make sure I'm not talking to myself. So now our open house is in. We've changed our listing headline. You also want to do a quick read through of these comments here, because sometimes, especially if it's a special character, it'll come over a little funky. So you want to make sure that you just give it a quick read and make sure that it came across correctly, that it looks correct. Also noticed on one that I was working with the other day, it took out a bunch of spaces. So it had all the words running together, meshed up, and it was very crazy. So just give it a quick read and make sure that you can, that it looks good. Okay, great. I've had a lot of comments that you can hear me, so thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the responses. Okay, so we've added the open house time, and you can see here your status. This property was just listed, so that's why it came in that way. You'll notice after it's been on the market for 2 weeks, it'll go over to active. If it's pending or whatnot, those can be changed there. But since it is a new listing, we're going to leave it as just listed. If you click on this open house lead generation here, it's going to pull up a very user-friendly guide. This is going to talk about everything Listings to Leads has to offer for open house marketing. You can see it gives thumbnails to view. So there's an open house sign-in and a feedback form. So the agents can actually have an iPad or a different kind of tablet. They can have this up at the open house, and their clients can actually sign in with an email address so that the agent can capture their information right there. So that's a pretty cool tool that not a lot of agents are using, but it really can set them apart from the rest of the crowd. There's e-flyers, there's social media posts, there's print flyers, there's blogs, there's all of this different stuff. So again, if you click in any listing, if you click the green open house lead generation button, it'll take you over to this very friendly guide. It pretty much all says it here, so I'm not going to actually recreate this document, but I will have the information on how to access it put into our resource center in online office, because as you can see here, it very clearly states out how to do all of these things so that you can then show your agents how to do them as well. So very good information there. So quickly, just to show you the two things that we did actually change in this listing, I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Oh, good, Deb. I'm glad you're back. Sorry about that. We've had that issue the last few weeks. We might have to revisit this webinar and see if there's not a better system out there for us, since we are struggling with this one. Okay, so we're back to Lakeview Road. So now if you click on single property website, you're going to see what happened here. So it put that nice big red open house with the date and the time there. And it gave the client, or I'm sorry, the agent information goes here. And then we have all of the information that we checked to make sure was correct goes here. And then of course, you know how these look like it has the pictures, the map, all that good stuff there. Okay. So what you can do now is, if you do have an Facebook page for your business, for your offices, what you can do is you can put these, and I shouldn't have closed that. You can actually put these on the office Facebook page. So I'm going to go ahead and log into Facebook. Hopefully nothing inappropriate is popping up from any of my friends, so bear with me while I switch over to the office page. And 402. So again, I actually just went to the single property website. I copied the URL. I'm going to paste it into here. It goes ahead and gives me the preview. You can snag that image. So if you come back here and you can save that image and you can pop that in there. Beautiful house, by the way, if anybody wants to buy it for me. It's only $2 million. I mean, come on. So you can type a note here then too. You know, Ryan Tittering is actually an agent with Mark, so you could put, come visit Brian Saturday, May 7th from 12 to 3. And I do suggest always putting the actual date and not just putting come see Ryan this Saturday, because these posts on Facebook, of course, stay. So if anybody was to visit the wall, they may get a little confused. So I do suggest always putting the date when you're doing anything on social media, just so that clients at a later time don't get confused. So then all you do after that is just click publish. And there it is on Facebook. There's also, of course, different things. So you can see here there's different social media posts, there's YouTubes, there's blogs, and there's that cool tablet feature where you can actually have that at the open house, have your clients sign in, you can capture their email addresses for later use, and have them in your CRM. Sorry, my radio just went crazy. I'm going to shut that real quick. So that's what I have for you guys today. So for listings to leads and open houses, and again, remember, if you're in the listing, I'm sorry, we don't want to click there. We want to click Edit Enhance Listing. This green tab here is what will pull up all of this great information for you to look over at your convenience. And let me open up the question box and see if you guys have any questions. Let me know. Ginger at the 522 office here in Traverse City has been doing this for a while, and she just commented that people really like it when she does that, and she's actually gotten a lot of hits on that from the social media Facebook site, so that's a really good thing. Tina asked, after the open house, do you need to go back in and take it out? No, you will not have to go back into Listings to Leads to take it out. Once it's past the time of the open house, it falls off of Listings to Leads. Jennifer had a very good point. She will add directions. I'm assuming she means she adds directions to the Facebook post. You can also add them in Listings to Leads if you want. You can put those in the description. So that's a very good point. Good thing to do to add that to your Facebook, where we go here, to your Facebook post so people can readily find it. Okay, cool. Well, while we wait for a few more questions to pop in, I do want to mention one more thing. Jean Palmerton, and again, this would be for Michigan. So our Ohio ACSs, this does not apply to you guys. You guys have a different process, but this is for all of Michigan, whether you're in Woodland, AJS, or the Northern region. Jean Palmerton runs our training. She is in charge of Launchpad, and she wanted me to mention to you that she really would appreciate if you could shoot her a quick email whenever you know a new agent is coming on board. She gets the information from Sandy once the agent's in the system, but if you can notify Jean right away, then Jean can contact the agent before all of that processing takes place, and that will ensure that nobody falls through the cracks. So whether it's you or your manager, and we're going to mention it to the managers as well, if you have an agent coming on that you know is going to be in your offices, you can email Jean. And even if they've not passed the test yet, or if they're still waiting on their license, you can go ahead and email Jean with their name and email address, whether it be their Yahoo, Hotmail, Gmail, whatever they're using. You can notify her right away. You don't have to wait for the system to be processed. And she would appreciate if you could do that, just to give her a heads up so that nobody falls through the cracks. Gina mentioned that this will be easier to do than copying the listing detail from MLS. I feel like it was 5 times faster than how I've been posting them. Oh, great, Gina. I'm glad. Yes, it's very user-friendly. It's very quick process. You just have to remember to put in the open house date and time, and you have the information all there for you. So we've had some admins doing it for a little while now, and they have had some success with it. So that's why we wanted to share it with everyone. So I'm glad that you found that useful. Okay. So Listings to Leads, open houses. If you have a new agent coming on in Michigan, please email Jean Palmerton. Her email address is there. And that's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions after the fact, feel free to reach out and send me an email or give me a call. Listings to Leads sometimes can be a little bit daunting because there is just so much information in there. But really, it just takes some time to play around in it. But if at the very minimum, if you have open houses, change your headline, enter your open house, click save, grab your single page website, single property website URL, pop it into Facebook, and you're done. All right, well, I appreciate everybody's time today. I hope you guys have a great Cinco de Mayo. I hope you have a great Mother's Day this Sunday for any of you people that might be mothers. Hope that you guys have a good time as well, and we'll be talking to you next Thursday. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.